Everybody? Oh wait, camera's out. Focus, focus, focus. There we are. Queen, thank you for the sub. You didn't have to do that. Much appreciated. But you know you never have to sub in this channel. It's all free. Anyway, so time to continue playing Killer Frequency. Test my DJ skills. I guess I'll just hit continue. Just pick up from where I left off. But I do appreciate that sub though. Thank you very much. Alright, what are we doing now? I forgot where I left off. Alright, Peggy, come on, tell me what I need to do. Come on, Peggy, you suspicious person. Come on, get out of that fucking booth. What's going on? Is there, like, an objective? Like, what was I supposed to do? I can't remember what happened before I left, or before I quit playing last time. Oh, I got a call on. Well, actually, no, it's her line.
Let's get going, Peggy.
Alrighty, we could run another segment.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a break time.
Scratch that, Forrest. We have a caller.
Alright, let's see who I gotta save now.
To 189.16, The Scream. What's your emergency?
Hello again, Forrest. That call with the teens was awful. Those poor kids. Still, I'm glad the girl didn't get hurt.
Yeah, at least the
Thanks
prankster died.
for your concern. Are you in trouble? What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask you again to play my song.
Oh, I had to grab the
Forrest.
record outside,
You
that's
were gonna
right.
Play it, but you didn't.
Your name was Dawn, right?
Oh, it's the same woman
Maggie,
calling back.
Yes. Oh, well remembered. My name is Dawn, and I wanted to ask you again to play my tune, Forrest. Long Ride Home? You know, the one that Peggy said she threw outside the window?
Maybe another song. You must love it, or let's.
You must
Go with that.
really love that song. If you're calling up to ask for it when you know we don't have it.
Well, I do love it. And I don't want to argue, but you do have it. It's just outside the window.
There's a serial killer on the loose. I can't just go outside hunting for a record.
I'm really sorry, Dawn.
Damn
We
it!
just
My shot
can't
is still
get it
as
right
bad.
now.
But wasn't the whistling man just at the old murder house? That's miles from the station. It won't take you a second to grab it.
Nope. He's fast. Or try again tomorrow, lady. There's a serial killer on the loose.
Don, I'm not sure if you've heard, but there's something unnatural about this freak. He's fast. I'm not risking it.
Oh, but I think you will. Forrest? Peggy, I'm calling with more than a request. I know something.
She knows something.
I think I know who's gonna be next.
What?
All right,
you
who's the
serious?
next victim?
Play my song, Forrest, and you'll find out.
Well, folks,
Long
here's some
sigh.
music for you while I think things over. Here comes one of my favorites.
Here
Is
comes
she
one of my
serious,
favorites.
Peggy?
Can't make the ball in
She's
the
serious
basket.
about hearing that song, that's for sure.
Peggy, I mean, is she serious about...
I don't know, Forrest, but we don't really have a choice, do we? If she's telling the truth.
Yeah, why don't you go, Peggy?
Then why don't you go and get it?
It's one of Reggie's KFAM regulations. I can't leave the booth while we're on air.
Peggy,
Just, you can do it, okay?
fine.
You're
Tell me-
a good man, Forrest. I'll slide you the key to the fire door.
Wait. Our fire door has to be unlocked?
Yeah, you know, I never thought about it, but yeah. We should talk to Reggie about that later. Anyway, I'll hold the fort down while you're out. Maybe I'll even get a caller. That could be exciting. 189.16, The Scream. With me, Peggy.
You know what, Peggy? That sounds absolutely amazing. How about you do all the work? Sending me out with serial killer on the loose. All she does is just complain, slide stuff through the doormat. Oh yeah, Forrest, there's a killer on the loose. The store's staying shut all night. Yeah, great idea.
I'm not getting in there tonight.
Let me just walk myself out, you know, into the open alleyway where we played as the first victim. Is this the fire door? No, it's not the fire door. Fire door's downstairs. Oh yeah, the mess I made earlier. I totally destroyed this coffee station. Peggy is definitely going to get us killed. And I think she knows it. Get out of here, bug. Oh, that's a really rude door. Damn it. Oh, and there's no way to get back inside. Well, we're fucked.
You know, I hope she'll be happy when I'm brutally murdered by the Whistling Man.
Yeah, just talk a little
Out
louder.
here, in the open. Alone.
Just go rooting through the garbage until I turn around and get jump scared. No flashlight, no nothing. That was the Whistling Man. That was just the Whistling Man. And now I hear a fence rattling. Fucking Peggy, man. You're rooting through the trash while the Whistling Man is out on the loose. Oh hey, I found a fuse. Looks like we got a puzzle on our hands. That was totally the Whistling Man over here.
Which window would she have thrown it out of?
Oh yeah, that's right, I'm still looking for the record. Oh hey, there it is. And another fuse, too. Oh, there's a fuse box right here. So this is where the Whistling Man was. Okay, 30 amp fuse. What do I need? 70? Imagine that's 70 amps. Just throw all these in the trash. Oh, there's okay, that one looks like it's still usable. Okay, well maybe I can't use them yet. What a convenient thing. She
There
throws
it
this
is.
out and lands on the mattress.
Long ride home.
Oh, Prime, what's up, man? Welcome in. Okay, so now can I... Okay, I don't think... Can this puzzle not activate yet? Because it doesn't look like I can place any of these fuses. Oh wait, I can. I was just doing it wrong. So 30... 35 amps. When you reach 70. Okay, so 30, 60, 65. Alright, we're short a 5 amp fuse. Thanks for the follow, Prime. I appreciate it, man. That's right, I threw all these in the dumpster. Let's see, you're just walking in probably right when I'm about to get murdered by the Whistling Man. Or she lets me out here. She should know that this fucking fire door didn't have a door handle on the opposite side. Where's the door that that poor guy ran through when he died? 5 amp, there we go. Wait, it was that one, yeah, because we walked in. That's the one where the guy died. So I'm just gonna walk my ass back here. All slow and without a purpose when I just saw a serial killer on the other side of that fence.
Bingo!
Gain access to the station after being locked out. Let me just go ahead and close this here. Not that I think it'll matter. Alright, bingo, what happened? What happened, Forrest Nash? All the doors are still closed. Oh.
I could probably survive that fall.
Freight elevator. I don't think the Whistling Man's in here. I was gonna say I can't hide in there, so...
Looks like the janitor's closet. What did Peggy say his name was? Clive?
Okay, let's go root through Clive's stuff. Got some bug tape. A bunch of cleaning stuff. Oh, what else we got here? Find oh shit! The hell is that a body? Or is that a? Is that a sex doll? Does this janitor have? Oh, he's got 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, 5. Oh, this janitor is definitely crazy. I think
What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
I think the janitor's up to something. Anybody want some Bim Bam? Zap the Zerp away? Watch that be a key item. Okay, so we got a bunch of pictures of people. Some mannequins. Secret sink. Bim Bam. That's probably their slogan. Bim Bam, thank you, ma'am. Or zap the Zerp away, whichever one it said. Bunch of people on here. Why did I just take that? Gallows Creek game day. Gallows Creek High versus Quiet Ridge High. Division 2, Saturday, 8th of March. Why'd they say 8th of March? It's the way like English speaking, well, like English countries do it. Kickoff 3. What kind of high school team plays at 3 p.m.? Weird. My high school never played at 3 p.m. Our kickoffs were always like 7 or 8. Marriage announcement. Let's see, what do we got here? Kim Walker and Peter Stein on 30th of May, 1970. Alright. Crime syndicate impounded. How do you impound a crime syndicate? Criminal operation shut down. 24 arrests. Inside informant walks free. Gallows reporter of 1977. Police today finally put an end to the long-running car thieving crime syndicate. The arrests were made after a member gave up information on their co-conspirators and investigators. The informant, who has to remain anonymous and will here have to be referred to as R.A., has walked free with no charges. More on page 13. This guy just likes collecting random stuff. Justice for festival victims. The 2-year investigation into the festival accident is concluded. Investigators blame 2 engineers that were contracted from the local power station. Lead engineer Ant Williams and junior engineer Sean Everett were distracted talking about horror movies while assembling the big wheel, which led to various construction mistakes. They've been ordered to do community service for a total. This dude just loves having like clippings of things that are just like, you know, not all complete. Quiet Ridge Health and Safety Convention. Do you care about the health and safety? Do you care about health and safety? Good, then come on down to the yearly convention. Get started in a career in health and safety advising. We'll learn about health and safety in the workplace, featuring special mystery guest, the lead engineer responsible for the Gallows Creek Harvest Festival disaster in 1972. They say you learn from your mistakes. Well, I turned mine into a career. That guy really knows what's going on. Trailer for sale, cheap, at $10,000. Damn. Finding a place to live for 10 grand, that is cheap. I don't think they had any idea of how this would age. Beep beep, lookout tragedy. 5 dead, 16 injured after brakes fail on bus. Yeesh. Is your car safe? I don't know, I think it is. Sheriff Matthews warned citizens to look out for suspicious behavior after multiple car thefts. crime wave of 70 will be stopped. Like, do they mean 1970, or do they mean that like 70 cars were stolen? 24-hour gas station bought by local ex-lottery winner. Christine's Gas and Repair has been sold to a man who won the lottery 14 years ago. The new owner claims it will keep me busy on an evening. He has asked to remain anonymous. Well, if it's going to keep him busy on an evening and he has to remain anonymous, then he's probably going to be working on an evening and therefore not being anonymous. Local legend takes to Manhattan. Infamous author of tell-all book Diary of a Car Thief moves out of Gallows Creek for a new life in the big city. She stole our cars and then she stole our time and money, said our reviewer, Jim Randy, last year. More on page 15. Wait, is it the same trailer? Trailer 101? Hey, it is. Trailer for sale, cheap. Call for donations to help Chuck Brody. Former Gallows High football captain Chuck Brody suffered a career-ending injury as a victim of the festival disaster late last year. Ooh, that sucks. To help him on his road to recovery, we are buying some lottery tickets. Hopefully he gets lucky and can get back on his feet. Pun not intended. Drop tickets in the bucket below. Thanks. Well, there's no bucket. Festival of disaster. Big wheel breaks free, 15 injured. Who's to blame? Yeesh. Wait, there's names of people here. Flu for thought, chat. Local director Kay Walker recommends all locals get their flu shot ASAP. Flu season is upon us. 84 is no different to any other year. Make sure you're protected. Staff surge at power station. Gallows Creek Power Station hires 20 new staff and record hire, 12 of which were students from Gallows Creek High. Would you really want high schoolers working at a power station? Okay, wait a second. Something's not right here. I completely forgot. I was looking at the dude's billboard that, there's like a sex doll under there and mannequins there and there and there and there. Random photos strung up. Now there's like names and stuff here. Okay, so these people are circled. Chuck Brody, Ant Williams, Kim Walker, Rebecca Allen. They're all circled, so Keith Walker, Marie Campbell, Stanley King, and Billy Pride. None of those names really seem familiar. Hospital, power station, trailer park, gas station. So I guess am I supposed to pick out where these people work? Kim Walker, Rebecca Allen, Ant Williams. There's 4. There's 4 circled, and there's 4 names. Something's going on here.
Oh, there's a key. I'll just take that. Might be important.
And just rummage through this guy's desk here. For being a third-party game, or an indie game, this is pretty good. Like, I sense a major plot point happening. Screw you. So, I feel like I should, write some of this down. So the captain of the... Who was the guy that was injured? Chuck Brody. Wait a second. Okay, so Chuck Brody, he's one of the people on the list circled. Follow me here. They mention lottery tickets. And then... Didn't they mention something about a lottery winner? $24-hour gas station bought by local ex-lottery winner. This is 1986. Christine's Gas and Repair has been sold to a man who won the lottery 14 years ago. So 1986, 72? Let's see here. Oh, BK, I didn't even know you came in, man. Sorry, I just missed that. I totally missed that chat. I was engrossed in this. So they don't say when this was, but I'm willing to bet they bought him lottery tickets because he had a career-ending injury. And the gas station, well, the newspaper clipping on the gas station says that a lottery winner won, obviously he won the lottery and he bought the gas station. So, Chuck Brody, I think you were the person that won that, and that's all glitching out. The stream just suddenly ended when you were looking away. I was about to say, I hope it's not like mine, because mine's still showing as live. So I don't know what to do about these other people. Ant Williams, Kim Walker, Rebecca Allen. No idea. I'm not seeing anything on here about them. Oh wait, hold on. Lead engineer Ant Williams and junior engineer Sean Everett were distracted talking about horror movies while assembling the big wheel, which led to various construction mistakes. 2-year investigation into the festival accident is concluded. So, Ant Williams. Uh, Something about an accident with the like the fair or whatever. Gallows Creek Harvest Festival closed early this year after tragedy struck only hours after opening. The big wheel broke free from its supports and rolled through town. Yeesh. But it says like all it does is link him to like the festival. Like it doesn't say where the festival is. Like there's no location. Let's see. I mean, I don't really see any other clues. Grabbing food, it was good. Nice, I ate right before I got on. See, I already looked at that one. Yeah, I don't see, like, I can't really match anything else up. Like, it's just, nothing really points to anything else except for, yeah, except for that. Like, the student that won the lottery. Where's the... Here, crime syndicate impounded. The anonymous will be referred to as RA. Is there anybody here with RA? Rebecca Allen, Car Club. Probably the thief. So that's one. Oh shit. Did not mean to do that. Okay, whatever. So I have no idea where Kim Walker or Ant Williams would be. Wait, why is there a name for Chuck Brody, Kim Walker? Okay, so they're always numbered. Okay, so shit. Definitely Chuck Brody's gonna be at the gas station. And she's gonna be at the trailer park because she was the car thief. And okay, I think that's really all I can do here. Just close this little death cave. Man, this janitor's got a lot of shit. Knocked over some beer cans.
I wonder how the show's going.
How the show's going? Probably bad because I don't think Peggy's doing anything. Okay. Yeah, the fire door that doesn't close. She's jacking it. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. She's up to something. She is, she's very sus. Let me just drag my still living badass back in here. While making sure that I can close the door.
Isn't that such a good song, folks? And now for... Jesus, Forrest, you've been gone for ages. I thought something had happened.
Oh, you mean you thought I
Something did
died?
happen. Clive, the janitor, might be Clive, the murderer.
What?
I'll start from the beginning. The fire door locked behind me, so...
Why did you heave that thing all the way up here?
Because the basement's creepy as hell, and I don't like standing around down there.
What did I heave
Fair.
up?
Alright, let's run through this again. We have a creepy board you found in a creepy basement, made by our creepy janitor, who you think is the creepy whistling man.
Yep.
And on
Good
the
call,
creepy
Peggy.
board are the names Chuck Brody, Kim Walker, Rebecca Allen, and Aunt Williams.
Correct.
And you think one of these people will be the whistling man's, Clive's, next target.
That's right. And we've got to find them.
You said there are 4 locations listed there too? The hospital, the power station, the gas station.
This is Killer Frequency, right?
Clive must think the
an
target is
indie
one
horror
of those
game.
locations. Forrest, you're gonna have to figure out if any of the potential targets are at one of these locations tonight. Hit the button if you need any help.
So basically, what it is like you're a night night DJ at a radio station, and apparently a serial killer starts stalking a really small town, and the 911 dispatcher goes to get help and leaves you answering all the 911 calls. So you have to do a nighttime radio station while making sure that people don't die. It's not too bad for an indie game. Although I tend to be preoccupied with trying to get these wadded paper balls inside that basketball hoop. Damn it, too shallow. Man, I swear he throws differently sometimes. Oh, come on. Off the rim. Okay, I think that went in. Alright, so... Oh, so he just brought this stuff in, even though I didn't pick it up. So, Chuck Brody, we already know that he said he bought the gas station because he likely was the lottery winner. Oh wow, I brought all these things in. Oh, okay, so I was just like wasting time down there looking at all these things because he brought the whole billboard up here. I guess that's what she meant by why are you lugging that thing up here? Dr. K. Walker? Oh yeah, Kim Walker. Okay, there we go. So she is probably... Okay, I think I'm gonna have to organize this differently, because I can't put them over their heads. Kim Walker is gonna be at the hospital. Oh my god, paper, just please. Okay, Chuck Brody is gonna be at the gas station. Rebecca Allen is probably going to be at the trailer park. Because she was the car thief. And Aunt Williams, what about the power station? 20 new staff and record hire, 12 of which are from Gallows Creek. Two engineers contracted from the... Okay, 2 engineers that were contracted from the local power station. That's what I missed. Lead engineer Aunt Williams. Okay. So, Aunt Williams is from the power station. So, just gonna go ahead and, should I move this up a little bit? Alright, chat. We're having fun with the bulletin board. So, got everyone matched up. So how the hell do we know who's gonna be where?
How's it going?
I
I'm
think
ready,
I got it.
Peggy.
Are you sure? We've only got one shot at this.
Yeah, I know where they're at. I don't know if they're gonna be there.
I'm sure. Let's do this.
Okay, name first. Who do you think the target is?
I mean, you can if you want. I would just say, like, try and hint me at it at first. I mean, I think it's gonna be Chuck Brody.
Chuck Brody.
And where will I find them?
He's gonna be at the gas station because he
The
bought
gas
it.
station.
Okay, I'm dialing.
That
One
would just
moment.
seem like the most concrete evidence. Hey, Chuck, somebody's gonna kill you.
Hello?
Chuck Brody!
Hey.
Listen, I know this sounds crazy, but we have reason to believe the Whistling Man is coming for you. You need to get yourself and everyone else out right now.
The Whistling Man? Who the hell are you? Who is this?
This is Forrest Nash. Listen, the Whistling Man's back. We found a list with your name on it, and
Oh, God. It's today. The year I finally let myself forget.
quit talking and run!
Get out of there, man.
I think he ran off.
Well, fingers crossed that Chuck...
Jesus! It sounds like something blew up.
He's using bombs now?
Is Chuck?
I don't know.
Man, if this
Hang
dude
on.
died, I'm gonna
We're
be
getting
mad.
a call.
Hello?
Chuck?
Sweet.
Chuck!
Forrest, the whole goddamn gas station's gone up.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so. I got everyone to follow me out. The town's only ambulance was blown to hell, though.
Man, then what is it with this
Yeah.
town? No
Damn it, that
ambulance, no
fireboat
fire
killed
truck.
me. I've got to get to the hospital. I'm not feeling great. Forrest, man, I can't thank you enough, but yeah, I gotta go.
Wait, Damn it. We lost him. What was that about today?
Oh, Forrest, the call board is lighting up. Get us into some music while I deal with this.
Careful with this next track, listeners. It's dynamite.
Forrest!
Whoops. Late night lurkers.
There's gotta be more in the basement to show us who Clive is targeting. And if that's the case, we can get ahead of him. Stop the killings before they can happen. Forrest, we need to go back down.
By we, you mean me, right?
This
Yep.
crazy.
Like I said, I need to handle all these calls.
How about I
Maybe
handle the
start with
calls?
that creepy mannequin room you mentioned before. I still have a lot of questions about those, by the way.
Still think
Me
they're sex
too.
dolls. Oh, you're gonna wave at me. Thanks, Peggy. God, God, she sucks. This dude is like a doormat. Like, seriously, if somebody asked me to go outside when there's a serial killer on the loose who's almost tried to kill like 6 people so far, I'd tell her to go fuck herself. Well, back out into the abyss, chat. And I know the Whistling Man's around here. Well, maybe he went to the gas station, I don't know. Because, you know, I did see him whenever I walked outside. Let's go back into this creepy ass area. Wait, actually, can I close this down here to make sure nobody gets to me? No, I can't close that. Great, so, you know, the radio station's just completely open.
A key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
Well, considering you didn't grab anything... Oh, it's on your tablet? Alright. If I tend to be going the wrong way, let me know. What do I have a key to? Basement storage. I don't think that key was there before. Why do I feel like I'm a sitting duck? I gotta change my thermostat, hold on. Okay, thermostat's changed. I feel like I am a sitting duck. So there was a... Yeah, because when I left, he didn't take the board with him. That's why I thought I had to do everything on my own.
Hey, Forrest!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom.
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Oh, there's just a convenient intercom down here with a jump scare. Okay, we got a map of the town, which is upstairs. Let's see what we got up here. Just going through all this stuff. Maybe we'll find another room with more mannequins in it. Let's see here. Got a Sharpie, an eraser, some glue that stuck to the wall. Storm Riders, November 16th. Get ready, Gallows Creek. Meet the Riders. The Twilight Hour on tour. The Scream. Oh, it's an advertisement for the show. Gallows Creek's favorite late night radio show. I think it's Gallows Creek's probably only late night radio show. Sorry, the kitten's like running around my chair and I have to make sure I don't roll over. Let's see. Well, what do we got here that's interesting? Oh, we got a tape. Looks like a tape player under the shelf. There's two shelves. There's like nothing under here. Oh, there's still here more to do here before I can leave. Alright.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
A map to the storage area. I didn't see a map in the storage area. I found a photograph. Okay, let me just give this tape a play with no tape player. What the hell? Like, it shows, like... Okay, that's a different... Those are different shelves. But it won't let me leave here. Alright. Let me just, use this tape player. Oh, there we go. That's tape player. It would have been nice if it was easier to see. The light obscured it.
1968. That's when this all began for me.
It sounds like Lance Henriksen.
Find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
That definitely sounds like Lance Henriksen.
George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest.
Yeah, be
Keep
careful,
looking.
Forrest.
Buzz the intercom when you found something.
I do not like what I'm being subjected to.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death.
Alright, what else do we got here? Under the cart. God, I hope I didn't just trigger something that's gonna get me killed.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
So we're just trying to like piece together this autopsy recording. Okay, bunch of equipment next to a bunch of boxes. Cool. I mean, I wasn't planning on finding that one, but okay.
There appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the?
I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary.
Ooh, a new vinyl for my collection.
Innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. That I can, I don't know, do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you, but that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say, that I should say, but my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
Found the walkthrough. I'm
What
doing
the
awesome so
hell?
far. Alright, cool.
Peggy is not gonna believe this.
Okay, so apparently the janitor's not the whistling man. But he was involved with something that happened decades ago. And there's one more located under a bunch of... I think I skipped one. Shit, no, I didn't mean to drop that. So, okay, so it's got a box on the top right, then a bunch of equipment. So I just need to look for a shelf with some equipment stuck on it. Delivery note, Starling security alarm system model 4000. Where is this at? Supervisor C. Atkins, internal order number, delivery method van, delivery address, St. Gabriel's Hospital, Christine's Gas and Repair, Roller Ricky's Roller Rink, Woodside Apartments, Silent Hill 2 reference, KFAM radio station, client opted for manual installation, Woodside Apartments unable to install, require new parts, new installation date 17th of September. I can't talk. So looks like all these other places, Christine's Gas and Repair, the hospital, and Roller Ricky's Roller Rink, they were both installed. Nothing on the back of it. Okay, so it says that. Okay, system overview. Oh, that's right. Wait, didn't it say it wasn't installed for us? Yeah, so it wasn't installed for the radio station. Client opted for manual installation. Okay, so that's the instruction manual. I have a feeling we're going to have to use this. When entering codes and commands, sequential key depressions will be within 4 to 5 seconds of one another. 4 to 5 seconds elapse without a key depression, the entry will be aborted, must be repeated from its beginning. Be sure to observe this precaution when performing any of the procedures in this manual. If you make a mistake while entering the security code, stop, press the start key, then start over. If you stop in the middle while entering code and then immediately start the entry over, an erroneous code might be entered. Our state-of-the-art security system uses a 6-digit code system. Simply enter the code into the keypad and feel total peace of mind. The Starling Security Alarm System 4000 comes with a range of features. The default codes to those features are listed below. Note, please change these codes immediately to prevent unwanted entry. Maintenance call code, alarm test, warnings will set off all the security measures, alarm test deactivation code, and the entry code. So the 715914, the entry code, and 191579. I'm just gonna put that in chat real quick. I think it's gonna like, yeah, it's gonna like, damn it, every time I do it, it just all goes to the pause menu when I alt tab. Let's see, I guess I can just write these down. Okay, I guess like, I guess the entry code is 715914, and then and the alarm test code is 191519. I mean, or I guess I can just try and keep it with me. Entry 715. The alarm test is 191519. The entry code is 715914. One 191519. Okay. So I know it's by. Okay, I don't think I need this. I will take this though. See, I feel like I'm missing where that last recording piece is. Because I can't find a shelf that looks like this. Or maybe it was back in the beginning. Yeah, the alarm test code is 191519. Okay, there's still more to do. So I guess I am missing one. Found that one. I'm just creeping around down here, trying to find a shelf that looks like the shelf that I'm trying to get. All the while hoping I don't get killed. Wait, did I get this one?
Preliminary toxicology results show
No, I didn't. This is the one that I missed.
inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found.
Okay, so I found this one. What else am I missing? Thing with a fan.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem
But I already
injury
found
to
that
the
one.
arm.
Found that out of order.
It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Okay, I think at this point I found all of them. So, can we please get out of this creepy ass basement? What? What is there more to do here?
What have you found, Forrest?
Oh, there we go.
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know.
She's probably a
Found another
doctor.
tape that talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the Whistling Man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. and the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people.
Okay, so the janitor's
Found everything, Forrest?
not suspicious.
There's gotta be more down here. I need to find all the tapes.
You think so? How much did Clive hide down there? Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow, right?
That seems to be the case.
All right then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
I already did.
Do you think you found everything, Forrest?
I think there's gotta be more down here. I need to find all the tapes.
You think so? How much did Clive hide down there? Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow, right?
That seems to be the case.
All right then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea where the rest of these tapes are. I'm gonna be stuck down here forever waiting for these tapes. Because it's not gonna let me leave. So that means I obviously haven't found all the tapes. God damn it, back inside this creepy ass building. I have looked all over the place. I have no idea where these tapes are going to be. Why couldn't he just put them out in the open like a normal person? Give me a flashlight or something, Clive. Sitting here doing your mess. Yeah, that's what I've done. Oh wait,
This looks useful.
what the hell is this? Police Department, Town of Gallows Creek. Sheriff J. Matthews. Complaint's name is Sandra Sharp. Received telephone call. At 4 a.m. call received from a jogger, Miss Sandra Sharp reported that a body had been found washed up in the reservoir. I drove out to investigate and we were able to identify the body. The scene is that of George Barrow. I contacted the coroner's office and then the boy's parents. They informed me that they had not seen him since 7 p.m. on the 2nd. Maybe that's what I needed.
What have you found, Forrest?
I found a police report. Mentions a friend from earlier. Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She
She was
found
the
George's
jazz
body
lady.
washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though.
Reservoirs
I did a
down
full
there.
project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the Sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that,
Oh, she
I
is.
think.
Well,
But yeah, I guess reservoirs
Sheriff
don't have.
Matthews wrote the report.
Yeah, they don't have turn
If
the
he hadn't
currents.
been eviscerated, we
Hey,
could have
Flame,
asked
what's
him.
up, man?
True. But Sandra is still alive? Once we're done down here, we should give her a call. Do you think you found everything, Forrest?
I think there's got to be more down here.
Oh my God, there's
I
more
need to
down
find all
here.
the tapes.
You think so?
Oh
How much
no,
did Cora
no.
hide down there? Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow.
That would make all three
That
of
seems
us.
to be the case.
All right then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Just gonna start tearing this guy's office apart out of frustration. Stupid tape dispenser. Support photos to found next coupon. I did find all those out. Alright, back into the creepy ass room.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m.
Just gonna have these. Just gonna start these on purpose. Oh man, there's nothing around here.
Time of death.
Have you found everything for us? No, no I haven't. Let me go back in here and look some more.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face. Typically obtained
Anything
by
under here?
through foliage.
Nothing in the filing cabinets. Can't open those. Nothing down here. Did I check here? Can't see anything in there. Got just like trash all over the place. No way to open this breaker box. Nothing right here. Nothing up here. Nothing in here. Play that one again.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Yes, we've accomplished that. I mean, we've determined that it's been trapped in a car door. Okay. Maybe I missed something in here. No idea what that is. But I can't interact with it, so... Oh. Okay, well, right there. It's probably something right here. It's pointing to the stuff on the floor, though.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead. I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago,
Dude probably spends a fortune on newspaper subscriptions.
up in those papers.
Oh, this is probably the one I missed.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. Is that recording?
That sounds like Clive.
Shut it off.
That sounds like Clive.
This has to be important.
Office of the County Medical Examiner. Okay, the autopsy report. Type of death: violent, casualty, suicide. You know, I've actually read one of these before, like an IRL one, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird how methodical they are about it. The deceased is a Caucasian male, age 18. The cause of death is established to be drowning, as shown by the signs of asphyxiation. See Section 2, Paragraph 4 for more detail. Abrasions were found on the knuckles, likely from getting into fights in the past. Matches with known history of the deceased being aggressive. No other injuries were observed, and from the coroner's opinion, there's evidence of foul play. Additionally, the preliminary toxicology report indicates the deceased had a high level of alcohol in their blood. It is of the coroner's opinion the deceased went swimming while intoxicated, resulting in his drowning. Yeah, of course, yeah, they do. Okay, so basically what we have here, Virginia Sullivan, County Medical Examiner. I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia. Okay, so yeah, it was Clive that had her cover it up. So that was Clive who came in when she was talking. And then back in there, he says, by the time you read this, I'll be dead. And he comes clean about it for covering it up. So yeah, she basically was, all those are her recording the actual autopsy results, and then he comes in and makes her change the report. Okay, so I think we're finally able to be out of this, like, hellhole. Now I just have to figure out how to, like, get out of here. Oh my god. Just get me out of here. I don't like this place. I don't like this place. God, so much crap all over the place, like weaving in and out. And all of this just to go get that freaking player for that record for that woman.
What have you found, Forrest?
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
Moved the body? How weird.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded the doctor, Dr. Sullivan, to stop recording.
Dr. Sullivan. Wait, Virginia Sullivan? She was her caller from earlier.
Well,
Virginia
then
Sullivan
our
was?
caller was involved in a conspiracy around this boy's death.
We had a
We
Virginia
need to call
Sullivan
her
call?
back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
Oh yeah, it
We found
was.
everything?
That would explain why the
I think
Whistling
so.
Man was after her.
Forrest, what's going on here?
We had to call the
Someone
frat
wanted
house.
that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Ugh. Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
Okay, so it teleports me. Beyond the grave, uncovered Clive's research.
Thank God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really. How are we supposed to keep a show going with all this
GG's,
happening?
right? Yeah, this is what I found. Beats me.
Beats me. But we gotta do it and we're going to.
You're right. So, what's the plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line.
So Virginia was the one that called and
Hello
was
again,
scared,
Gallows
and
Creek.
we had to call the
This
frat
is
house
Forrest Nash.
to go over there.
We're circling closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan. Plunker, hey, it's the Radio Man, Forrest Nash.
Radio man?
Yeah, it's the frat
What's
boys.
up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
The huge.
Right on.
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd. So we're hanging out, bro.
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
No, it's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her.
Watch her
Who
like.
is this?
Oh,
Hey, Virginia.
I was
it's
gonna say watch her
Forrest.
not be there.
I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
I'll be sorry.
Don't be sorry. You've been through a lot.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought.
I thought I was gonna be found out.
Easy. We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
See if she'll come
Well,
clean on her
Can
own.
you think of any reason why you'd have been targeted?
No, I don't think so.
All right. When you were attacked earlier, you mentioned a name. Clive.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
Why so certain?
Why are you so certain Clive's the whistling man?
Because all those years ago,
It's okay, Virginia. He's gone. We found evidence to suggest well,
And we found your autopsy
You think they
reports
would
for
know when
George
their
Barrett.
George? You think they would know when their janitor
I saw
wasn't gonna
him
report into
destroy
work?
them.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but we found them. And we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find
Trying to keep an eye on the kitten.
a
She's
boy
running around
on
here
my
somewhere.
slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can
Cats
use
love
the
to run around.
carrot
Yeah,
or the stick.
just making sure I'm not
For
running her
me,
over with my
he
chair.
used
I think
both.
she's asleep.
You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said, and that if I ever spoke about this, he'd beat me to within an inch of my life. I don't know why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You have to understand. She needed me.
we understand.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
So,
I
the
just
coroner
want
falsified
this
an autopsy
nightmare to
report.
end.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia. So, Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who? Why cover up these details? Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death. Do you want to call her?
I do.
So now we're
All
calling
right,
the
but
jazz
before
lady.
we go asking questions, I think we should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah, we need to ask her about finding the body. She was the one who discovered it, but something just doesn't add up.
100%. She knows more than she's saying.
That's
I
why the
wonder what
whistling
she's
was
hiding.
after her.
We'll hopefully find out soon.
So why was
Anyway, Just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
So why was the
All
whistling
right,
man after
calling her
Maurice?
now. Hopefully she's at her jazz studio.
Yeah, at 3 in the morning. Or 4 in the morning.
Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello, this is Sandra at Jazz Pizzazz Jazz Studio. Who is this?
Hello again, Sandra! It's Forrest Nash of 189.16, The Scream. And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around.
We're trying to interrogate you.
What can I do for you?
Well, we're trying to understand what's behind the attacks tonight. We had a few questions.
Why, Forrest, of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes to just about anything you asked.
Just about anything. That sounds nice.
Really? Well, that sounds nice. I might just call you back tomorrow then, too.
You got my number. But what about tonight? Is there anything you want to talk about right now?
Remember why we called, Forrest.
Of course. Do you know why the Whistling Man might have targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well, we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't want to be too pushy. Are you keeping secrets?
Have you had to keep quiet about anything? Any secrets you've had to keep?
What would I have to keep quiet about?
I don't know. I mean, could be that you've seen something or heard
So
something.
flirty, right?
I never saw anything.
Oh, you never
If
saw
I did,
anything.
what would that matter? And it was years ago.
And if I had wheels, I'd be a wagon.
Sandra, are you okay?
It was years ago.
We know, Sandra.
You do? You know about?
Yes. Of course.
This studio is my life.
Aha!
After I found the body in the river,
Got her.
I couldn't lose my studio. Do you understand?
Sure.
I understand.
When the rent just kept going up, he said he'd stop if I just needed to keep quiet. And everything would be okay.
Sandra, who was he?
He said, if I told everyone I found the kid in the reservoir instead of the river, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Shit.
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great, Forrest.
She hung
Well,
up.
folks, if anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on tonight, please call in.
That's good timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
Welcome to 189.16.
And
The
LAD's gonna be
Scream,
pissed we
with
haven't
me,
played her
your
song
host,
yet.
Forrest Nash.
Hi, Forrest.
Oh, it's that Pawnee dude.
Really out of the blue with everything happening tonight. But I wondered if you could send a special birthday message to my uncle.
You know what? I'd welcome a change of pace. I'd be glad to.
Thank you, Forrest. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter.
Pepperoni.
I never liked his name. But since he always had salt and pepper hair, even as a kid, can you believe it? Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday you'd like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my God, damn it!
Yes! Tell him he can get the best birthday deals and party packages here at Putney's Pizza. Starting at just...
You son of a bitch! Stop calling us!
Sorry, Forrest. Let's
That's
just
all I
move
did?
on.
Okay.
We've already got another caller on the line.
That Bonnie's Pizza dude calling back again.
This is 189.16, The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller. Caller.
What do we got going on here?
Ponty.
Ponty's Pizza always delivers
Oh
like
my god,
God
this dude.
will be there.
Forrest? Forrest? Are you okay?
Angry breathing sounds.
Forrest?
I hope the whistling man gets in with his own pizza slicer.
Yeah, seriously.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry, that was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night. Don't worry about him anymore, okay? Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call, whenever you're ready.
He's called us twice.
Folks, don't spend your money at Pawnee's Pizza. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving along, I'd like to welcome another caller to 189.16 The Scream. With me, Forrest Nash. Who, may I say, is calling?
Well, hello again, Forrest.
Don. I bet I know why you're calling. I'm sorry I didn't play your song. There's a lot going on. But please?
Never mind that now. Forrest, I'm calling because I need your help.
Please, who's next?
Are you in danger?
I sure am.
Do you mean
Yes, he's after me now.
you?
I think so. He must have heard me on the radio helping you.
Right. Okay.
I wasn't sure which answer
Tell
those were
us
going to be.
everything.
I was out following a lead, trying to work out who would be next after Chuck.
And what happened?
And I started to feel like I was being followed. I came back to my apartment building, but this newfangled security system has me locked out.
Oh, security stuff.
I need you to help me get inside.
Shit, do I have the security information? Shit, I can't scroll up in chat. Let me scroll up in chat. The entry alarm. Ask a neighbor.
Can a neighbor let you in?
I only moved in last week. I don't know anybody yet. There's not even a buzzer here, only the keypad for the entry code. I need that code.
What was the other code
inside.
called?
Which apartment block do you live in? Maybe one of our listeners lives there too.
It's the new Woodside apartment building.
All right, Flame.
In the trailer park, but I doubt any of your listeners live there. I don't have many neighbors.
There's a
Sounds like
train.
prime piece of real estate.
There's a
No one
train.
really carries at night. Shit.
Wait a second. Hold on. Something's not right here. I'm not giving her the entry code. That was a train. That was a train. She says she lives in Woodside Apartments. Woodside Apartments are all the way across town. There's no way she's at the Woodside Apartments. I think she's at... The gas station blew up. So she's either at the hospital, Come On In, Price Slasher Supermarket, or Roller Ricky's. And looking at that manual, there was only a few places that had that. There's only a few places that had that installed. The hospital, Roller Ricky's, the radio station chose to have their own installed, and the other one was the apartments.
Sounds like a noisy,
part of town.
It is. Boy, I wish he'd muscle that thing in. Oh. And now he's blasting David Scopo out of his window. This night can't get any... He's coming down the street. Better look easy. Before he's
Give her the 91519 code. Okay.
Security system, or I'm gonna die.
What's the name of the security system?
There's a sticker on the box. It says Starling Security 4000. There's a keypad, and it looks like it wants a 6-digit number.
Starling Security 4000.
Yeah, that didn't get installed in her apartment complex.
Very newly installed. I need the key code before the whistling man gets me.
She's lying about where she's at.
Don't worry, Don.
Thank you, Forrest. I knew I could count on you. I'll sit out of sight. Call me back soon.
All right, folks. Here's a little tune for you all to enjoy while I try to break Dawn into her apartment.
I put that song on she wanted to hear.
A classic backed by popular demand. This is Long Ride Home by the Barn Finds. You were pretty quiet there, Peggy.
Forrest, was it just me, or was there something...
Yeah, it wasn't just you. Something was weird about that.
Yeah, well, tell you what, we have a Starling 4000 or whatever here at KFAM. Clive bought one for the station. Maybe we can find something to help. Well, I'm not sure who, but to help someone.
So do I have to go downstairs and find what I already knew?
Okay, so she's locked out of the Woodside Apartments, and somewhere Clive probably has the papers for the Starling 4000.
Well, lucky for us, I already found this. But unlucky for us, the game wants me to go downstairs and find it again. Yeah, it was like right here.
Starling 4000 user manual. Ah, these codes should come in handy.
Yeah, I should have brought it up with me. Like, I thought the game would have, like, noticed that I already picked it up. So I guess not, but at least I remembered where I put it.
Welcome back, Forrest. Find anything?
The Starling 4000 security manual. It's got a bunch of codes.
Bunch of codes.
And did you find anything else?
Nothing except the manual.
Yeah, one thing at a
All right.
time, it seems like it.
Well, I'll get Dom back on the line then, Forrest. I'll let you take it from here.
Thanks, Peggy.
When you're ready, shut the music off.
Yes, Peggy.
9-1, whenever you're ready.
Don, are you there? This is Forrest Nash from 189.16 The Stream.
Oh, thank God you're back. I was so afraid. What's the code to the gate?
I gotta... the alarm test code, the 191. 91519, yeah, so that's the alarm test.
The code is 191519.
Thank you, Forrest.
You ain't fooling me.
Son of a bitch. Ah!
Is she?
Damn.
Yeah, stay out! Nobody disrespects the sanctity of the ring! Don't ever come back here again! I'm calling the cops!
Thank God.
Hello? Is someone there?
Ricky, get back inside and turn on the radio. Whoever that was, she was trying
Yeah.
to break into the ring.
I knew she was in the
Shit.
rink.
Forrest, man, you got no idea. That was him. That was the whistling man. The alarm gave me just enough time to get my rifle. I don't like hurting folk, but I can't let anything happen to Maxie. He's my best friend,
Yeah.
you know?
I knew it.
Listen, man,
When I
I'll
heard
head
the
back
train, I
inside.
knew something was
Gotta
up.
barricade that window. My man, thank you. You and Peggy can skate for free whenever you want, forever. That's a done deal.
Thanks, Ricky. Can't wait.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
Okay, Gallows Creek. Here's some music.
Roller Ricky
while we
survived the whistling
process
man.
What just happened?
Yeah, I knew it because she said she was living in Woodside Apartments, which is all the way over there, and the train station is right there. And you could hear a train when she was calling, so I knew something was up. Okay, so what do I do?
So the whistling man is a
So the
woman?
whistling man is a woman, and it's Dawn.
I had my suspicions.
Yeah, sure, Forrest. You just never mentioned it. She called up. You spoke to her multiple times.
I thought she was just
Regular
regular
Gallows Creek Strange.
Really, Forrest? Why do you think she requested that song?
To get me
Get me
outside.
outside?
Maybe, but how? She didn't know the song was outside to start with.
That's right. She never actually attacked me out there.
I saw
So?
her out there.
What now?
I guess I should make an announcement. We do have new info.
Okay, kill the music and you can make the announcement. Okay, you're live in 3, 2...
Hey folks, this is Forrest Nash here. I hope you're all safely locked inside. For those of you listening to that last call, you might be wondering what to make of it all. Here's our take. We now believe the killer is actually a woman. One who might manipulate you into letting her in before she attacks you.
That's a good idea. Just piss her off. Look out for each other and stay safe. I'm sad to say, but it's time to trust no one.
We're neighbors. Look out for each other and stay safe. The killer was calling themselves Dawn. This could be a fake name. If anyone needs help or you have info on the killer, please call in. You folks have my new number, right? It's 911.
It's 911.
Hopefully, our next caller can help shed some light on our killer.
Hey, we had a call come in.
Okay, folks, time to take a call. You're through to Forrest Nash on 189.16, The Scream.
Hey, man.
Murphy?
Damn straight.
What's going on, Murphy? You in danger again?
Nah, man. I've just been listening to the show here at home.
Shouldn't that dude be in the
Since you
hospital?
asked folks to call in if they could help out. Well, I'm calling. I don't know if I can say as much as other folks have, but I figure I wouldn't be a good role model to Fernando if I didn't try to help, you know?
You're a good father, Murphy.
Absolutely. Fernando's a lucky kid.
Oh, thanks. So, what do you want to know?
Well, what can you tell us?
I don't know, really.
All right. Well, do you know anything about the death of George Barrow?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. What about the killer herself?
Herself? Man, I didn't get my ass kicked by a lady. The man I went toe-to-toe with was a man.
You heard the last call, right, Murphy?
Yep.
So you know it's a woman, and you were trained by a VHS, Murphy.
I know, but... Man, how could it have been a woman under that mask?
Let's just move on. Do you know anything about the history of the Whistling Man?
No, sir. Tonight's the first time I ever heard of him.
What?
I moved here 3 years ago, man. What do you want from me?
Hey, you called us, dude.
Hey, man, no worries. Just thank you for trying.
Right. Sorry I couldn't help you all more, man. Now, if you'd have asked me about gators...
Forrest, we have a call coming in.
Sorry, Murphy. I think that's all we've got time for right now.
All right. I'll catch y'all with the gator talk later. Night.
Well, folks, that was a bust. But perhaps our next
This
caller
guy.
has more they can tell us. Let's find out.
See if it's gonna be Pondy's Pizza.
This is Forrest Nash, and you're listening.
Please help me. My name is Casey Moore. I'm at 25 Nancy Drive. My best friend's been stabbed. He's bleeding everywhere. I don't know what to do. Please help me.
Where's Nancy Drive? Probably one of those houses. Hey.
Is he still breathing?
Yeah, but he's bleeding out fast. I really need help. Please.
Take a breath.
We'd been out at the reservoir. We were heading back to his place when we heard this whistling all of a sudden. He just started freaking out. He screamed at me, told me to hide. I'd never seen him like that, and I just panicked and ran and hid in a bush.
Oh no.
Maybe you shouldn't have been out
Forrest.
when there's a serial
Then what
killer.
happened?
He went up the road and talked to someone. I
Don't
couldn't
move now.
really
Yeah,
hear or see
that makes
anything.
sense.
It sounded like he might have known the person, and they just stabbed him.
Casey, was his attacker the whistling man?
The who? They had a mask and wore all black? That's all I know. Please, we need help here.
I'll get you help, but I need to know. Where did the masked person go?
They left. They left him to bleed out. I waited until they were gone, then dragged him into the garage and called 911.
Wait, why didn't she make sure he was dead?
I don't know.
This dude's bleeding out. Come on, man.
Say something like, "It's not so funny now, is it?" Before they left, but please, he needs to get to the hospital. I can't drive, so we need an ambulance.
Forrest, the ambulance was destroyed in the explosion at the gas station. You should get all the info you can.
Let's see. What's your friend's name? Where is he hurt?
Can you tell us where your friend was stabbed?
They stabbed him in the stomach.
Sorry.
And then stabbed him again in his leg when he was on the ground, and it's... Oh, the knife is still there in his leg.
What's your friend's name, Casey?
It's Jason Parker.
We'll be right back. Peggy, patch us through to the hospital.
On it. Phoning St. Gabriel's now. Switch to line 2.
So one line at the hospital.
How can I help you?
Hi, this is Forrest Nash from 189.16. We have a stab victim at 25 Nancy Drive named Jason Parker. He's been stabbed in the stomach and the leg. He's bleeding heavily.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. But the ambulance is... well, you know.
I know, but please, we need something, or he's going to die.
Forrest, listen, you're going to have to get him here. We need to see him, and we can't get there ourselves right now.
We don't have any way to drive him right now. And even if we did, he's bleeding out fast.
All right, listen. We need to buy him time to get here. That means stopping the blood first, and then finding someone to stabilize him. To stabilize him, you really need someone with first aid training. Do either of you have any?
No.
Me neither.
Damn it. I'm really sorry about this, but I have other patients who can't wait. All I can do is talk you through the procedure as quick as I can, and then leave the rest to you. You think you can handle that?
Hit me. I'm sure we can handle it.
Okay, from the top. If he's bleeding out, then you need to get him comfortable and try to stem the bleeding. Lay him down. Apply continuous pressure directly to the affected areas. When the bleeding slows, get a clean cloth of some kind and hold it over the wounds.
Get them comfortable. Apply pressure. Clean cloths when slowed. Got it, I think.
You said he was stabbed, right? If the object he was stabbed with is still in him, don't take it out. It's stopping the worst of the bleeding right now. If anything, you should secure it so it stays where it is.
I wouldn't have thought of that. It makes sense, though.
Oh man,
That
somebody
was a
being
lot
stabbed.
of info. But I think we can handle this.
Glad you got it so far, because there's more to go.
Keep
I'm
going.
still with you, Doc. What else do we need to know?
If he's lost a lot of blood, he may enter shock. If he does, act fast. If you applied a cloth and it's bleeding through, don't remove it. Just apply another on top of it. If it's safe, elevate his legs to get blood circulating to his vital organs. Try to keep him warm. Get him to rest and reassure him. We need the patient to stay calm.
All right, don't replace bandages. Elevate his legs. Keep him warm and calm. This is a lot.
I'm really sorry. That's as much as I can give you right now. Try to stop the bleeding, find someone to get him stabilized, and get him here as quick as you
Now
can.
we're playing trauma.
Good luck.
Trauma nurse.
All right, Forrest. Casey's still on line 1.
Hello? Hello? Forrest, are you there?
I'm here. How is Jason doing?
Badly. He's still bleeding. I need help. I've been putting pressure on his stomach wound since you left, but he's still bleeding. I don't know what to do.
That's good, Casey. The nurse said to do that.
What about the knife in his leg? It's gotta be hell. Should I pull it out?
No, don't touch the knife.
Don't touch the knife.
The bleeding will get worse if you pull it out.
Are you sure? I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop making suggestions.
Lady, you're gonna
No,
kill this
don't
man.
worry, Casey. We're a team here. We're all going to get Jason through this. Casey, is his leg wound bleeding right now?
I hate looking at that knife. Yeah. It's bleeding. His stomach is worse, though.
You secure the knife.
I think we need to secure the knife so it doesn't move around. Do you have anything you can tie around it?
Yeah. There's some laundry piled up on top of the dryer, some cloths on the hood of the car, and what else? I guess I've got my jacket.
Jason Voorhees will live. Oh shit, which... She said the laundry, the rags on top of the car, her jacket. It's the laundry, right? I think it's the laundry, because she said that was... She said there was laundry, there's some rags on top of the car, which to me would seem like it would be dirty. And then her jacket seems like it would be dirty too. I think I'm gonna go with laundry. I really don't want to blow this. I've saved everybody so far. Rags? Alright,
Take
I
the
got
cleaning
rags.
rags and hold them over the wound.
I really hope these are clean. Here we go.
Well, she said on the car, so I figured they would be dirty because it's a
Sorry,
car.
Jason. It's secure. I'm putting pressure on his stomach again. I'm starting to think we might make it.
Forrest, can I have a word?
Now isn't the best time, Peggy. Can it wait?
Forrest, it's kind of important.
All right. Give me a second. Casey, I'm going to have a quick word with Peggy. Keep putting that pressure
This
on
guy's just
and
dying.
Let us know when the bleeding is under control. You're doing great.
But what if something happens?
We'll still be here. Just shout if you need anything, and we'll be there. I promise.
Okay. I'll wait. Jason, please be okay.
What's up, Peggy?
We can't stay on the line with her all night. Dawn is still out there. What if other people need us?
You're right. She's probably on her way to her next target right now.
Exactly.
Oh,
And you
gotcha.
heard the nurse. We need someone there with training who can stabilize him. He's got to get to the hospital somehow.
Any suggestions, Peggy?
I might. A little before you started working here, KFAM did a mandatory first aid training course. Me and Karen missed it because we were away on a producer getaway.
You skipped it, didn't you? Never mind.
Producer getaway.
So, how does KFAM's first aid course help us?
Casey said they're at 25 Nancy Drive, right?
Yeah? Why?
They put up a bunch of cheap houses around there about 10 years ago. So a bunch of people here at the station live around there.
Do you think any of them could help Casey and Jason?
Probably, but I don't know who lives there. And since I missed the training day, I don't know who knows first aid.
Could you call them and ask?
I don't know everybody's numbers. I've only ever called Karen. Everybody's personnel info is probably in Reggie's office.
Got it. I'll look through their files in Reggie's office. It's a life or death situation. I'm sure they won't mind.
Right. But there are a couple of problems with that.
Go on.
It's sensitive information, so Reggie probably locked it in his safe.
Great. Great. Do you have any idea what the combo for the safe could be?
Not a clue. Reggie's a serial note taker, though. Maybe something in his office will give it away. Right. There is something else.
I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Have you ever heard, "The future is floppy"?
Peggy, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about floppy disks. Floppy disks are like these futuristic things that have information on them. You put them in a computer and they do something.
Less than 2
Peggy,
megabytes.
I know what a floppy disk is.
Anyway, Reggie decided that the future is floppy and started phasing out our physical records and replacing them with these floppy disks. I imagine it's the same for our personnel files.
That's good to know. Since we haven't heard anything from Casey, I'm guessing Jason's okay for now. I'll check out Reggie's office and see what I can find.
You'll need a key for that. I'll just slide it under my door now.
Thanks, Peggy. I just have to look around.
All she does is just slide stuff under the door. I think there's more to do before I can leave.
Good. I'll patch my mic down to the office so you'll hear me over the intercom.
Thanks, Peggy. Jeez, this game is like a risking your life simulator because she doesn't want to leave. Master of unlocking. Okay, is this... Where is Reggie's office? I think they said downstairs. Still like how I just completely trashed that, like... that area. Just that entire refreshment area I just tossed. Private, here we go. Map of the town. Certify that Reginald Scott successfully completed the standard course in first aid to the injured, issued by St. Gabriel's Hospital, Gallows Creek. So naturally he has that. Nothing else I can get. Didn't she say last time like purple was his like important handwriting? Maybe something's going to be purple. She also did
Looks
say
like I need a 4-digit code.
Oh, it's a safe, yeah. Hint, a very important date. Got a very important date, like a post-it note stuck on it. Axe forever. Need to write pitch document. Good title. Bring back original pro tag and villain. Ask Jeannie where those tapes are. It's been weeks now. Overdue. Written in purple. Chalupa Cabras. 2886. I doubt that's important though. It's all about the he said, she said, babe. Exclusive. Clive, if you're reading this, stop stealing my post-it notes. Alien sightings, number 75, UFO over park, 12:45 a.m. 18th of October, 85, clear sky, humid. Do not tape over.
Could this be it?
Deep cuts, top secret. Yeah, very 80s. A monochrome screen. Let's see. Pizza delivery killer who kills with pizza cutter. Free slice on me. Terrifyingly, there's never any pizza. What happened to the original delivery guy? Maybe write him in as a final girl's boyfriend. Protagonist is college student Megan, surname to follow. She's smart, beautiful, resourceful, and lactose intolerant. Amplifies the divide between her and the pizza killer. Takes place on 11/07, very important date for the town. Great Goose Gathering, event where a large number of geese appear suddenly and save the town from starvation. Try to link this into the greater story. Need to kill off Megan's support network throughout the movie. Like Acts 3, but even scarier. Maybe partner with Pawnee's Pizza for the launch. 1 out of 10 orders just receive a pizza cutter and tickets to the movie. Takes place on 11/07. Jim Carrey.
Nice!
Shit. Some guy named John. Forrest Nash. Let's look at our file. Forrest Nash.
Get a load of this, Peggy. Apparently, I'm a lone wolf type.
Forrest, what are you doing? We don't have time for this. We have a man literally dying on the line, and we're more interested in you.
You're right, I'm sorry. I need to focus on possible candidates. I can read the rest of this later.
I'm gonna read the rest of this right now. We've actually got the Forrest Nash here in Gallows Creek, and motivation may be low as demands may be beyond our means, and he's currently blacklisted from any reputable station, but honestly, we don't have a reputation to lose. Forrest isn't really integrating with the team, seems to have this lone wolf thing going on. Heard him call Jeannie, Janie, Janine, and Brenda in his first week. Hopefully this changes when he gets settled. I paired Forrest with Peggy for his show. They seem to have developed a relationship of sorts pretty quickly, which is good because we sure don't have the show budget to pair him with Karen. Oh wow, he was born in 1940? Address, come on in, Romero Street. Wow, he's older than my dad. This dude's like 40-something years old in the 80s. Wow. Well, we already know Peggy doesn't have... Excuse me. We already know Peggy doesn't have anything. Karen Lawson, wasn't she the one she talked about? Carter, Bradley, Albright, Barbara? Barbara Albright? Thanks. Sorry. Heck? Something just like found it on the door. Well, the staff here bigger less for you if there's something going on with her and Brad. I call it a hunch. She's come. Yeah, right. Probably got another cat recently. She must have at least 5 now. Turn the AC down. At least 5 now. Daisy, Murphy, Penelope, Freddie, and Lord Winston. Need to monitor the productivity going forward. The cat photos are a big distraction for us, the team. Barbara laughed when I told her about the concept for my horoscope. I don't care what she thinks. A story about an alien egg at the center of the Earth set to hatch on February 30th. It's a great idea. Why else would we avoid having a February 30th? Doesn't say anything about Barbara, just says 5/42/1890. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see. It's the Timberland alongside the Timberland twins ever since Wes left us. Karen started mentoring Peggy. I think this will be really good for Peggy. They're even doing team building training getaways to improve efficiency. Starting to suspect that these producer training getaways are being strategically timed. They now both miss Secret Santa, First Aid, training, and the Teddy Gallows Jr. station visit. So both her and Barbara missed. So, it's not Karen. Who's it going to be that has the training? Brad and Barbara ended up missing most of our first aid training session. The first aid trainer during the course. I know he was a war medic. But it was station policy to send everyone regardless. Okay, so he's a war medic, so John probably knows. And apparently has a bunch of medical equipment in his home that he procured from the military at the end of his service. Is that legal? Do I need to report him? Spoke to John again about eating the free samples that Brad gets sent for his reviews. He said he'd stop, but he said last time, 3 times too. Is it un-American to reprimand a war vet? Wow. John Hedges, born 1931. Dude would be 92 years old right now. Okay, I think we found our man.
Hey, Peggy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Did you find what we need?
Yes.
I think I know who our best bet is to help Casey and Jason.
John.
All right, good work. Who should I... Hello? Is anybody there?
Oh, God.
Pick up!
Casey, I'm here. What's wrong?
Jason started going pale. I tried to get him to rest, but he just threw up everywhere. What's happening? What do I do?
God, it sounds like he's going into shock. Casey, just stay calm. It's going to be okay.
But the bleeding seemed to slow down. Did I mess up? Jason, I'm sorry.
Casey, calm down. You've done everything right. I need you to listen to me, okay? For Jason.
Elevate his
What did
legs.
the nurse say to do about shock?
Elevate his wounds. Elevate his
Casey,
legs.
I need you to elevate Jason's legs. We need to get the blood flowing to his vital organs.
Got it. Jason, stay with me. I'm just gonna move you. This might hurt. Okay. I propped his legs up on some boxes. I'm looking at my notes. We need to get Jason as warm and comfortable as possible. Do you have anything you could use nearby, Casey? Yeah. I still have some laundry next to me. I'll wrap him in some blankets. Just give me a second. Sorry. Jason's bleeding through his bandages. Should I get him new ones? Or, oh God.
Don't take them off.
Don't remove the bandage. Apply another one on top of it. Do you still have something you can use?
I've used the rest of the laundry to keep him warm, so I'll use my jacket. I can always get a new one. I'll fix his bandage and get him warm. Hold on, please. Sorry. I'm done. You're gonna be okay, Jason. Just relax now, okay? I'm scared. He's not doing well. Is he gonna...
Jason is going to be fine.
I'm not gonna
Just
say
make
he's
sure
gonna
he
die.
knows he's going to be okay. Okay?
Okay. But please, I can't give him what he needs. Please, help. I can't lose him. All right, Forrest, we need to hurry. Jason doesn't sound like he's doing too well. You said you knew who to call earlier? Who was it?
Shit, who was it? It was John Hedges. Yeah.
We need to call John Hedges. He lives on Nancy Drive. He didn't really participate in the first aid training, but he's a former war medic. He's probably the most trained person we have.
Really? I never really spoke to him before. A war medic, huh?
Yeah, and according to Reggie's notes, John keeps all of his old equipment at his house. He's something of a hoarder.
All right. What's his number?
542.
Thankfully, I didn't ask you to repeat that.
0735.
Calling now. Let's hope he picks...
Who the hell is this calling me? What time is it?
John, it's Forrest
I don't
Nash
know.
here at KFAM. We have an emergency and we need your help.
Forrest? If this is a work emergency, then it can wait until the goddamn morning. Just leave me a note like everybody else.
That guy's voice also sounds familiar.
John, no, this is a medical emergency. A man has been stabbed by the Whistling Man, or never mind. He's badly hurt and he's going to die unless we get someone to him now.
The Whistling Man? What kind of joke is this?
John, we're not kidding. A man is gonna die if we don't help him right now.
Seriously?
Get up, man.
Called on for over 10 years. Where's the patient? What's his condition?
He's at 25 Nancy Drive. I think we got his friend to stem the bleeding, but he's gone into shock. He's passed out right now.
You say stabbed? Do you know the extent of his injuries?
From what we were told, he has 2 major stab wounds. One to the stomach and one to the leg. The knife is still in his leg, and the stomach wound is open.
Understood. Let me grab a few supplies and I'll head right over. Damned if he dies on my watch.
Thank you, John. We'll let him know you're on your way.
Good luck.
Hello, Casey. Are you there? How are we doing?
Bad. Jason seemed really weak and then just started thrashing.
What about now? Is he still thrashing?
He's passed out. Please tell me you found someone to help.
Casey, help is on the way. My colleague will be there soon.
You hear that, Jason? Someone is coming. You're gonna be just fine. Just hold on for me, okay? Just hold on. Come on.
Hello, Casey. This is John Hedges. I'm here about Jason. Please let me in. I'm guessing that's Jason there.
I was about to say, please tell me
Casey,
she's
I'm
gonna let him
need
in.
your help. Forrest, Peggy, don't you two worry. We've got this from here.
Okay. Forrest, we'll call you back later. I have to go now. Good luck, everyone. God, I hope he's gonna be all right.
And with that, the show moves on. We're sending our best wishes to Jason. Well, after all that excitement, I think we could use some music.
Come back upstairs when you're ready.
And let me just, walk out of my... Well, guess what? What? I was gonna say, let me just walk out of my boss's office that I ransacked. Go back into this... Oh, close to the end? I figured it was getting pretty close. Just go back in here and put on some more music before she sends me on another suicide mission.
Dead air is a crime, Forrest.
Hey, I just got back in here. Sue me.
Coming up for your listening pleasure, it's Caged Tiger with their single, One Last Goodbye.
It's getting pretty late. This might be your last break for the night, so try to enjoy it. Give me a buzz when you want to go back on air.
Let's roll.
You got it. We've got another call coming through, too. When you're ready, shut the music off.
Welcome
I heard a
back
whole
to
30 seconds of that song.
189.16, The Scream. I believe we have another caller on the line. How are you tonight, caller?
Forrest, it's me, Roller Ricky. Oh, and Maxie's here too.
Good to hear from you again. How are you both doing?
Oh, we're good, man, thanks to you. You're like our guardian angel.
That wouldn't be a bad look for you, Forrest. A little white wind
I'm trying to be
halo
less
number?
fidgety.
Maybe something for the K-Fam Halloween party.
All right, everyone, let's calm down. Ricky, I'm just glad we could help you and Maxie.
Is there anything else we can help you with, Ricky?
Actually, I think I have some info that might help you.
Oh? What's that?
You see, man, me and Jason know each other.
You know each other?
Yeah, we went to Gallus High and played on the football team together. He was a gnarly offensive lineman, and I was our star wide receiver. Runner Ricky, they called me.
All right, and what does that have to do with tonight?
Well, because George, the guy who drowned, he was on our team too.
Keep talking. What happened?
We had our first team party on the night he drowned. He seemed like such a good dude.
Ricky, were you there when George drowned?
No, man. Once the party turned, I beat feet out of there. Man, I remember George and his girl there. There was a whole lot of love, man. I could see it, you know?
Ricky,
So,
listen, this is very
the
important.
girl was the last
I
one
need to
with
know
him.
everything about her.
I didn't really know her before, or see her after that. I never even got her name, man. I just remember he called her Bean.
Then what did she look like? Please, tell us anything you remember.
I just remember a pretty girl, man. I'm sorry.
Ricky, you said the party didn't last long. What happened?
We were just having a good time, and then the next thing I knew, everyone was running for their life. I looked up and saw a goddamn whistling man in the trees. And I never ran so fast in my life. I ran straight home. Didn't know about George until next morning at school.
I'm guessing it was whistling night, wasn't it? That the whistling man was just another kid.
Yeah. I don't know how George died, but I always felt like if anyone deserved to die that night, it should have been me. And
Ricky, it wasn't your fault. You're not a bad person.
I know that now, man. It took a long time to learn, but yeah, just thought I'd tell you all what I know.
Thank you, Ricky.
This helps. Thank you.
You got it, man. Anyway, I think it's time for me and Maxie to free up your phone lines. Thanks for listening, man. I'll let you to it.
Night, Ricky. All right, folks. Looks like we got a new lead in the case. If anyone has any info about this mysterious being, please call in.
If she was George's girlfriend back then, she's probably in her mid to late 30s now. Huh. Oh, we have another call coming in, but hang on.
What's up, Peggy?
What's going on?
Peggy?
You're gonna want to take this call off the air.
Who is it?
Just do it.
All right, folks, it's time for another track. Here's one to help you sit back and relax. We'll be right back after this. I hope this is good news, Peggy. Who have we got?
Find out for yourself on line 1.
Hello?
Alright, who do we got on line 1?
I'm glad I got back through to you. Sounds like it's been a busy night, huh?
Surprise! It's Leslie, our 911 operator, leading the charge from Henderson to come save us. It's so good to hear from you. Are you okay?
We're doing okay. Sarah and I are both happy to be headed back home.
We're happy to have you too. Wait, Sarah?
Oh, yeah, I mean Deputy Martinez. Anyway, we got back into radio range a little while ago. We've been listening in, but haven't been able to get through until now.
It's been non-stop since you left. Please tell us you're bringing help.
You bet! I'm leading a whole goddamn squad towards Gallows Creek as we speak. Turns out somebody had cut the phone lines. They had no idea what was happening.
That's great news. That's crazy about the phone lines, though. Do you think the whistling man cut them?
I'm guessing so. I don't know how the whistling man did it. But that doesn't matter right now. Listen, we're coming in hot, but we need your help. I know Gallows Creek isn't a big town, but if we don't know where the whistling man is, we can't get him. Her. That's where you come in.
You can count on us. What do you need?
It might be a long shot, but here goes. The whistling man already called up a few times. I bet she calls again. We're still a little ways out of town, so if she calls, stall her. Buy as much time as you can for us to get in. And while you're talking to her, try to figure out where she is. We'll be listening in, so once her location is known, we'll head straight there and end this nightmare.
I'll do my best.
I know you will. Heck, I can see the headlines now. Forrest Nash's interview of a lifetime. Anyway, I'll radio the other cars and tell them the plan is a go. Hopefully the next time I see you, it'll be with our killer behind bars. Take care now.
We'll see you soon, Leslie. Oh, thank God. It sounds like this is almost over. We're nearly through this.
I hope you're right. The sooner this is over, the better.
I am right. Trust me. Anyway, we should get you back on air. Taking callers is the only way to see this through. Okay, Forrest, shut the music off. Bringing you back live now.
Welcome back to The Scream with me, Forrest Nash. The line is lit up, but before I get to our next caller, I just want to say, things are looking up. It's almost over. But for now, let's bring in our next caller. Evening, caller. This is Forrest Nash.
Hello, Forrest. This is John Hedges. I'm here with Casey. I wanted to give you an update on Jason.
John! Is he gonna be okay?
He's a fighter. He'll be fine. We've got him stabilized and resting in a bed. We're preparing to move him to the hospital.
Thank you
Oh,
so
I thought they
much.
already got him to the hospital.
If you hadn't been there, then... God, I don't even want to think about what would have happened.
Of course, Casey. We're just happy he's okay.
John, Casey, you two did all the work. Tell Jason to get well soon from us, whenever he's up for it.
Well, why don't you tell him yourself?
Is this Forrest?
The one and only. I hope you're feeling better.
Jason lives.
It's good
Jason
to hear
Parker
you, Jason.
survived the whistling man.
How are you?
Oh, well, you know. I've got a hole in my stomach, and there's a knife in my leg, but John gave me something to take the edge off. So, I might feel even better than either of you. Oh.
Take it easy until you get to St. Gabriel's.
I will. But, before that, I needed to call you. I'm guessing the whistling man is still out there?
Yep. As far as we know, anyway.
I was worried you'd say that. God damn it.
Actually, I'm glad you called. I wanted to talk to you about what happened earlier.
Go for it.
We spoke to Roller Ricky not long after you were attacked.
You spoke to Ricky? Is he alright?
He is now. I mean, he was attacked earlier, but this call came after.
Hey, guys, I'm really sorry, but there's a call on the other line. I just need to make sure we don't have another situation brewing.
It's lagging? Is it
You
lagging
fill
still?
Jason in on what happened. I'll be right back.
Sure, Peggy. Sorry, Jason. Where was I? Ah, yep. Ricky's fine. You don't need to worry about him.
Not showing any drop
That's a
frames.
relief.
He told us about George.
Sounds like everything's finally coming out now. It's been tough to hold it all in.
Sounds like you've been holding back about something awful, Jason.
I'm part of the reason my best friend is dead, Forrest. And the few who knew about it said if I ever said anything, I'd find myself in jail. For a long time. It was hell. And then the town just moved on. Like he'd never existed.
What happened that night?
I went along with the
sound is
stupid
chopped?
prank, that's what. Whistling night. Some of the guys on the football team had an idea for a way we could haze the newcomers. We decided to plan a party in the woods and have the whistling man crash it. It was stupid. We each had a role. I was the stabbed friend. At the party that night, I left the group for a second, met our whistling man, pretended to get stabbed in front of everyone. Started an almighty panic. Those screams. That was the last
weird.
time I saw or heard George alive.
How did George die, Jason?
I don't know. I was playing dead. But when I heard her scream,
Ricky mentioned a girl named Bean. Is that who you mean?
Bean. Oh yeah. I guess George did call her that. Yeah. He called her Bean. I heard her again tonight, Forrest. Her name was...
What? What happened? Are we still on air?
No, we're not. Seems like the power is completely gone.
How do we get it back on?
I don't...
Oh, great.
Oh, we can use the emergency generator down in the basement. Reggie picked it up a while ago in case we ever needed to do an emergency broadcast.
An emergency broadcast?
Emergency? You know, new broadcasting a serial killer's location to the cops so we can end this nightmare?
Fair point.
It's in the storage area in the far back corner, up on the wall. You might have spotted
Maggie? Yeah, something with an M.
digging around for all those tapes. It'll have a big red button. Just press that. I'll see you when you're back.
Oh, great. So now somebody cut the power. I'm sure we can all figure out why. Some of the lights are still on, though. Peggy making me do everything. Why can't she come down here and risk her life? I've done this like 6 times.
Far back corner. Why is this station so big?
Why does this place suck so much?
That must be it. Boom! We've got power.
Oh great, now somebody's whistling.
Man. I need to warn Peggy.
Yeah, the whistling man. I need to warn Peggy while I'm conveniently like here getting lost. Now I'm at endgame. Oh, I hear footsteps. All right, come on out here. Cut the power off, you asshole. Where you at? You're screwing around somewhere.
What the hell?
Somebody locked me in here. Oh, look who it is. Got the whistling man on our ass. Inside the station. The hell?
What? Why is it locked? Oh no.
Now Peggy's gone. Just gonna... Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, what do we got here? What's Peggy been up to all night? Happy birthday, sis. Happy birthday, Peg. You're great and 8. Love, M.
Peggy! Where'd you go?
Oh, shit.
What the... No way. This can't be happening.
Looks like Darth Maul. Well, not the face, but...
A call. Where's Peggy, Don?
Have some patience, Forrest. It's almost the end of the night. Almost the end of the show. But it's not over just yet. Got a
You're in
little
my
time
booth.
Still.
Get out of my booth.
So let's make the most of it.
What do you mean? Make the most of it how?
Well...
Huh?
I thought we'd end tonight's Whistling Man special with a special guest. The one who started it all. Let me take that out of your mouth and...
Oh, so there's 2 of them.
Crazy bitch! Let me go!
Welcome to the air, Mr. Teddy Gallows Jr.
Wait.
It's all gonna come out tonight, Teddy. Your daddy and his money saved you 20 years ago. But even if he crawled out of his coffin with all the money in the world...
Wait. Where the hell is Teddy? How are you talking to him if you're here with me?
Because I'm not there with you, Forrest. I'm here with Teddy. And if he says
Wait, then who am I looking at?
Forrest Nash, let me introduce you and all of Gallows Creek to my boy, Henry Barrow.
Henry Barrow.
Your son? You mean you... Wait, that he...
Yes, Forrest. He and I had a son.
So she had a kid with the guy before he died.
Two whistling men tonight. Of course. That explains how you were always able to get around town so quickly. And that's how you escaped the secret archives in the newspaper office.
Don't think I've forgotten about that, Forrest.
I guess she was the one that was locked in. Oh no, it was him.
Animal.
And Murphy, he was right, wasn't he? He did fight a man.
He did. I taught my boy to never run away from a fight.
Hang on. Did you say Barrow? That... Are you...
Let me just get this mask off. Damn uncomfortable thing. No wonder Mooney went crazy wearing this. There we go.
Marie Campbell?
Marie, Maggie Murray.
George's old
Close
girl.
enough.
Oh. Well, it sure has been years since I last saw...
Kick his ass.
God damn it.
Where are you going with all of this?
Everyone's
back to
gonna know
Staller.
now what Teddy did. He killed George that night. This night. 20 years ago.
Listen to me. You... Ah!
You're gonna talk when I talk to you. And not a moment before. Meanwhile, Forrest, I'm gonna give you the chance to talk. You're gonna help me reveal what really happened to George all those years ago.
Why should I help you? Why should I play any part in this?
Because I think you believe in justice.
You think this is justice?
You have no goddamn idea, Forrest. These people you've been trying to save, they were all in on it. They all knew George was murdered, but...
Murdered? Listen,
Kick his ass, Don. Or
I said
Margaret.
you speak when you're spoken to.
Or Marie, sorry.
Now, I know you've done some good work tonight in piecing together what happened to George 20 years ago, and that's why I want you to interview us.
Are you serious? You want me to interview you?
Am I serious? After everything tonight, you really have to ask me if I'm serious.
Do
a good job. And hell, you might be the only one to leave here alive.
Kick the rich ass, right? That's what I was saying. Kick his ass.
I need to drag this out.
I've been trying to
If I
drag
can
it
buy
out.
Leslie time to get back to Gallows Creek, and if I can find out where Marie is, then this can end. Teddy, we'll start with you. Just, talk me through what happened that night. How did it start?
how would I know? It was 20 years ago.
Hit him, Marie. Be honest, Teddy.
Teddy, be honest with me or we're both going to die.
Honest? Forrest, I'm trapped here with a psycho.
This dude just doesn't get the hint.
hell? God damn it. Okay. Our first team party was coming up. And when I saw the date it was scheduled for, I had an idea for a way we could prank the new guys.
What made that night special?
That was the night Mooney went missing. We couldn't pass it up. I was just surprised no one had ever thought to do it before.
Wait. You mean this was the first whistling night?
Keep talking, Teddy.
We went up near Whistling Point. God, who was there? Me, Jason, and George, of course. But George didn't come alone. He brought Marie.
And Roller Ricky, he was there too, wasn't he?
Yes, Ricky was there too. Runner Ricky, our wide receiver. I helped him off the bottle, you know? Because I'm a decent man.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. He came apart one day. Some people do. He had some issues. Wasn't stable. I didn't want him to hurt his chances in life. So, I helped him keep himself together.
You were afraid he would talk about that night, weren't you?
Keep talking.
About midway through the night, we put the prank into
This
action.
guy's a piece of work.
And saw Jason there, bloody, like he'd just been stabbed. And the whistling man, everyone ran, screaming. George and I and Ricky, we got left behind. But Ricky was in on it too. I know he was. He and Teddy were as close as anybody. Teddy must have told him the plan.
Did you ask Ricky if he knew or not?
I didn't see any reason to.
He
Why?
does know. He admitted it.
Because Ricky phoned up earlier. He didn't know anything about it, Marie.
What?
He had no idea what was happening.
Or he
He
didn't?
said he was as terrified as anybody.
Oh, that's right, he did, yeah.
Isn't that
It was
right,
the other
Ted?
guy that knew.
You didn't tell him, did you?
Ricky never could keep his mouth shut. If we told him, he would have given everything away.
But he, well, it doesn't matter. He didn't run his mouth enough to tell anybody about it afterwards. He's still guilty.
It was just a stupid prank.
Hit him, Marie.
How can you still say it was just a prank?
Oh, come on. Oh, God damn it.
You made George think Jason had been murdered. He thought his best friend was dead.
And so tonight you stabbed him for real?
It's the role he wanted to play.
Jason's still alive, Marie. He was with a friend. We talked her through how to stop the bleeding and got him professional help just in time.
Oh. Well, shame he didn't have the good sense to die earlier. He's gonna regret that. Enough about him. Me and George took off running, but somehow we got separated in the woods. I ended up near the bottom of Whistling Point, and when I noticed George wasn't with me, I panicked. And then, I don't know how he snuck up on me, but the Whistling Man grabs me. I scream, and he starts laughing, telling me it's just a joke.
I could stall for time here. How did you feel in that moment?
I felt like nothing was real. I felt small and confused. And
Yeah, he keeps acting like he's innocent. He was the one that like made sure everything was hidden.
Who was under the mask, Marie? Who was the whistling man?
This dude just
was
buried it
Chuck.
with his money.
Chuck Brody, laughing away. But then he stops. And he's looking up at the top of Whistling Point.
What was he looking at? Teddy, what happened next?
Nothing. I mean, it was just
Teddy?
George fell off Whistling Point.
Rich bitch, Teddy. Yeah, right?
Where were you when it happened?
You pushed him. You were up there. You were dressed as the Whistling Man too, and
I didn't push him, god damn it. I just chased him up there and he kept backing up. When I saw he was about to go over, I reached out. That's what you saw.
you liar.
It's not my fault. He didn't know it was a joke. If he'd had any brains, he would have realized. Ugh. You bitch.
This guy still won't give up.
After all you did.
So it was an accident, yeah, but this guy's still being an asshole.
Even if you didn't push him, still chased him to his death.
I can't be blamed for someone not getting a joke. Ugh.
I think Marie would disagree. But if you really felt that way, why the cover-up?
My future was at stake, Ash. You know what it's like. People like us are bred for bigger things. I'm going to be the mayor of this town, Forrest. And then governor. And then, who knows? What happened that night was tragic. It should never have happened.
Yeah, he's the one getting his ass
It was a
kicked.
mistake. It was just a stupid joke gone wrong. So my father sent Clive out to clean it up. Why should a blip ruin my future?
George was a blip?
He wasn't a blip, Marie.
His father covered it up from there. I searched for George's body all night, but
Sandra found him the next morning while out jazz running.
she found him in the river, but she lied about that to protect Teddy.
She said something about her rent going up, unless she... Teddy, did your father own Sandra Sharp's dance studio?
It's Gallows Creek, not Sharp Creek.
Hit him again.
I'd answer the question if I were you, Teddy.
Yes, okay. We own most of the town.
That's it then. Your father was going to run her out of business, unless she lied and said she found him in the reservoir instead of the river.
What my father
The
did
plot
in his
thickens.
business dealings is nothing to do with me.
The false reports. That's why you killed Sheriff Matthews, too, isn't it, Maria? Not just to get him out of the way, but...
Everyone was in on it, Forrest. Even the coroner wrote a fake report. Said George was drinking. That he just got himself into trouble. And
Fake report? I only heard the tapes.
you'd be disgusted by it.
For all it's worth, Virginia didn't have much of a choice. She had a sick sister whose treatments she couldn't afford. She played along with the gallows to save her sister's life. And her own.
Even still, she should have told the truth. I did my part. I tried everything I could think of. I even went to the newspaper, but no. That coward killed the story. We'll take care of Maurice Russell later.
You've been through hell, Marie. I'm sorry.
You've got no idea. You never should have started. You shouldn't have pushed my George off a cliff. He should have been punished. But he's coming to a stop. At least for now. Here, where George and I first met, before he joined the football team, was right after he shot the winning throw.
Wait a sec.
Shot the winning throw. Said he was on the football team, but it says he shot the winning throw. Shot and throw. Like shot to me says would mean basketball, but throw would mean football. Very life is strange with a rich family owning this town. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this is a tough one because she said when he shot the winning throw. I know it's not the roller rink. I just don't know if it's football field or the school gym. That's what I mean, I would think it's the school gym because she said shot the winning throw.
We're at Gallows Creek High, in the gymnasium.
That's right, Forrest. Not that it matters, but yes, we're here. Anyway, I think that about wraps up the interview with Teddy. So...
Marie? Where?
Oh, Peggy's
Peggy?
there.
Teddy? You've got to help me.
Quiet. You'll talk more later. Now I have to talk to someone who mattered more than you ever did. Peggy. It's been so long since I've seen your face. I worried you wouldn't come.
Marie! Oh my god. I thought you...
And here I was, thinking you'd forgot me.
I'd never forget my own sister.
Forrest seems lost.
Shit, I didn't know there was a...
words when I explain.
I didn't know there was an answer box
Earlier,
there.
while you were speaking to Jason, I got a call. Do you remember? Well, it was from Dawn.
Yeah, I knew she was sus, right?
She said that my sister
least I didn't think she was the
Marie
Whistling
there
Man, but
that night
well, I mean
George
now I
died,
know she's not the
that
Whistling
I
Man.
should come to the gym for a reunion.
And when you walked in, you found out.
That my sister is the Whistling Man.
Good to see you too, Peggy.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
She said that it was my last chance to see my sister. I knew if I told you, you'd try to stop me or come with me when we need you on the radio. And I just...
I'm sorry. This has to be a lot for you.
What happened to you, Marie? You just disappeared one day.
Disappeared? I was thrown out, Peggy. I begged Mom and Dad to do something about what happened that night, but did they care? No. They told me to stay quiet. They only cared when they learned I'd been with George. And
Marie, I'm so sorry. I never knew.
it's not your fault. Really, it's Mom and Dad I should be seeing right now. But since they're dead and gone, well, I'll have to settle for the next best thing.
You mean Peggy, don't you, Marie?
Someone has to pay for what they did.
Marie, please.
Mom and Dad are gone, Peggy.
Gonna kill her sister?
Besides,
Peggy gonna get it?
you forgot me. Just like the rest. You forgot.
Marie, Peggy never forgot about you.
Keep your mouth shut.
She kept a card from you. She kept it here on her desk.
What card?
The card you made me for my 8th birthday.
What does it say then?
Happy birthday, Peg. Now you're great and 8. Love, M.
Henderson police! Freeze! No! Henry! Get out of there!
Peggy!
We have 2 wounded, and we're in pursuit of the suspect.
Henderson police! Freeze!
Forrest!
Leslie, how's Peggy?
She's been cut pretty bad, but we're here now.
I'll be okay. God, Marie!
Hey, Zara! I need you to look after Peggy. She needs help. Now, we got here just in the nick of time.
Where's Marie?
She bolted right as we got here. The police are right on her heels. It won't be long now. It's over, Forrest.
Well, folks, it was a long night, but we made it through together. I'm gonna head
Nice.
off to go check on Peggy. This has been Forrest Nash,
How should I sign off this show?
and it's been
A scream.
a scream.
That wasn't bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it was pretty good. Wait, Scott, somebody died? Very 80s ending. Once, so they got one. They probably got Kid. Yeah, so these are all the people that could have died. Murphy, Forrest, Peggy, Tammy. Hey, it's Forrest Nash. Who's Scott? Was Scott the guy that was the... Was Scott like the prankster? Because I know one person has to die, right? Ugh, Bonnie's pizza. I was about to say, because like, it makes it look like I could have saved them. Eugene, Kyle, Will, Ricky, Reese, Virginia, Chuck. The credits playing on the TV is pretty neat. I'm just waiting for them to see what happens to Marie. No way to save him? Okay. Well, it's weird because he's got an X across his face, so. So there might probably be no way to save him. Those jumper cables. Main cast, Forrest Nash. Can you dim the lights? Oh, when I do that, I can't move though. So it looks like she's still alive. Oh wow, the ceiling kind of sucks. So the suspect jumped. They can't find her. Well, I guess that's it then. What whose car that is outside the radio station? Well, that looks like the end of Killer Frequency. Not a bad game. Pretty decent horror game. I'd say definitely worth 20 bucks. Got a good amount of time out of it too. Probably like 3.5, well, what is this? 6.5 hours about. Not a bad game. Definitely don't regret it. I enjoyed playing it. Interesting take on a horror game being a radio DJ at night. But I guess on that note, I'm probably going to call it here since sun will be coming up soon. So, don't know what I'm going to be playing next. I might do, saw a few home invasion horror games online on Steam. One of them was free, so I'm probably going to start with those. Then I might lead into something longer, probably like an RPG after that. But I guess on that note, I will pick it up next time I start. So depending on what the schedule is, like I said, I'll start with the horror invasion, home invasion sims, and then after that lead on to an RPG. But yeah, so everybody that was watching, I appreciate it, and I will catch you all next time.